Keisaki Blue Futon. Of course, lighting sucks. Raining outside. Apartment is still being cleaned up with the flood. Got to clean a lot of these movies because of the flooding. But I went on Netflix, and you're scrolling through Netflix, and you can tell by the thumbnail, Assimilate. Never heard of it. Of course, the trailer pops up, and you're like, this is kind of an interesting premise. I'll just pop it in and watch it. Oh, so Assimilate, what is it about? Well, think about invasion of the body snatcher movie, or the invasion by our Stepford Wives. Just think of an invasion alien movie, and this kind of is a very low budget of them taking bodies, aliens taking bodies, a very unique way with these weird creatures that bite you and they steal your DNA within 24 hours. A clone is coming at you, and they're gonna all your information, some of your memories, but your personality's gone. And with your old body, they're burning it. So what I like about this movie, you can tell it's a very low budget movie. Good actors for what they got for this movie. Of course, there's only like the jock's a bad actor and everything else, but the two main guys and the little kid actually in the household, they're actually really well acted for a movie like this. You don't expect movies like this to have good actors or good production. I mean, you could tell like this is probably a $500,000 or less production budget. If I take a guess off my top of my head, I do not know the exact budget is. But, some CGI is a little weak out there with this movie, what they do. But there are some good practical effects, which I did enjoy. There is one trailer park scene where they flip a trailer, and they're actually in it, and the stuff's in it. You can tell just rolling and spinning. And you got to appreciate something like that, because they could have gone CGI, like really cheap, going down a hill. But instead, they actually put like small cameras, probably GoPros or something, in this trailer and flipped it with actors and stunt people in it. You got to say bravo for actually having some uniqueness and fun with this movie. Apparently, this was in production hell as well, kind of like Galaxy Quest with the past, but this was more of like trying to get someone to buy the premise and direct everything. Apparently, it's a pet project. I don't know a lot about it. But yeah, Assimilate, it is a cheesy movie, but the acting's good. The directing is fine. CGI is okay. There are some tense and funny moments in this movie as well. For a movie like this, I've seen a lot more high production budget movies that are far worse than this. But Assimilate, the ending, you kind of see, okay, it's kind of a neat twist, but then you kind of start to think about the ending and what these characters are actually trying to do. Because the whole point of the scene is these two boys are just trying to show they're in Ponunk, Missouri. Nothing happens to them. They just want to be YouTube stars because they're in a town where nothing absolutely happens at all. Excuse me. But when the end happens, you would think news would populate about it, but as kind of a big pothole in the movie. But Assimilate is a harmless, interesting, low-budget movie that, like I've said, I've seen far worse movies with a bigger budget and bigger actors in it. So Assimilate, if you want to watch this, an interesting, low-budget horror movie that gives you some thrills, interesting characters, interesting aspects, I recommend it. But Assimilate will receive a 2.5 out of 5 blue futons, which equals at 50%. So see the critics' news scores gave this film. Man, if you hear that rain, it is pouring outside. But right now there's no critic consensus, and there's 37% with the audience, with 76 of them. And of course, no critic consensus. But if you scroll down, you do have 4 critics, 3 positive, 1 negative. And if I'm reading it real quick, there's nothing original, but the director and talented young cast keep the action lively. That's positive. I immediately knew I liked Assimilate because of its compelling, unnecessary cold open, starring one of my personal favorites. Okay, I don't know about that. A single clever idea in this pod people / Night of the Living Dead thriller can manage. It is basically a pod people movie of what they do. I mean, it is interesting in that aspect. And Assimilate, for better or for worse, is happy to be around. It's glad to be watched. It's fortunate to be allowed by our eyes. And it's very much a humble film, and that's rare. I have to agree that it is a humble movie. It's just there to be there to have fun. I mean, I'm going to stand by my 50%. You can just tell it's low budget. CGI could have done a little bit better. There are unique premises of the actors. They're strong actors, as well as some of the CGI burning the bodies. It is creepy, but I wish they also explained how this DNA monster formed these pods. I mean, they show it, but then there's a weird scene with a dad and the daughter, and what the dad's doing with something. So some scenes just are kind of weird, but hey, it's a low budget movie that you can enjoy. So do the 37, my 50, or if you go by the critics right now, it's 75. Chase out the Blue Futon, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Booftontopia. You Booftonians, thank you for watching and have a great day. And I'm sorry I haven't been a lot. Like, I still need to see 21 Bridges. I still need to see a lot of movies on Netflix. Just a lot of bad stuff's happening right now. It's like, no.